The first flash of the Instagram story was a knife to my heart. A blur of lights, music, and the unmistakable sound of a crowd cheering, all for my birthday party I wasn't allowed to attend. It was Saturday night, 9:17 p.m. I was sitting on the thin, scratchy carpet of my tiny, quiet bedroom, the air still and heavy with the smell of the city outside our third-floor window. Our apartment complex sat right off the main street, and usually, the noise of the traffic made me feel connected. Tonight, the silence in my room felt like a concrete wall built just for me. My name is Nia. Today was my 18th birthday. My phone screen was the only light in the room, showing a live stream of the party that was supposed to be mine. Damon, the leader of my so-called friend group, held the camera high, panning across a packed laughing room. I saw the custom photo booth, the neon sign that read Nene's 18, Nene was my nickname, and the massive cake, all things I had planned and paid the deposits for. Why was I seeing this? Why was I not there? 3 days ago, Damon and Sasha, the two people I trusted most, had called me. They said the venue was closed, the DJ had quit, and the whole party had to be canceled. They sounded sad. I cried, but I believed them. I told them I understood, and we could just order pizza instead. Now I scrolled down. Under Damon's video, a caption burned itself into my mind. It was Sasha's post. She had tagged all 200 people I had invited. The caption read, "Best night ever without the drama. Thanks, everyone." Damon and Sasha did that. The retention wall was the shock of that tag. Not only did they steal my party big cute, they erased me and took credit. They said I was the drama. I didn't just cry, I shook. The tears felt thick and hot, running down my face and soaking into the carpet. They weren't just tears of sadness. They were tears of pure, burning humiliation. I saw the faces of people I had known since kindergarten, dancing and smiling, fully aware I was missing. They didn't care. They had thrown my party with my ideas, my money, and they made it a celebration of my exclusion. I felt hollowed out, like someone had reached inside and stolen the pride right out of my chest. I scrolled through 50 more videos, each one showing people I thought loved me, having the time of their lives without me. Suddenly, the door creaked open. The hallway light spilled in. My older sister, Janelle, stood there. She didn't say my name. She didn't rush to hug me. She just stood quietly and watched the screen glowing on my face. She saw the tears. She didn't need to ask. She finally walked over and sat on the edge of my bed. She waited until I stopped shaking. Then, her voice was low, careful, and steady. "Remember that video of them?" Twist 1. The secret video of failure. Janelle didn't finish the sentence. She just watched me. I sniffled, trying to remember what she meant. Janelle always had a better memory than me. She was talking about a video from 6 months ago, during the school talent show planning. It wasn't a mean video. It was a stupid video. Damon, Sasha, and the core group were supposed to be building the stage backdrop. They told everyone they were working hard, but Janelle was there helping the lighting crew. She had used her phone to record them, not for gossip, but as a reminder for the lighting cues. She pulled up the file on her phone. The video showed Damon and Sasha sitting on the floor, surrounded by piles of wood and paint. They weren't working. They were complaining, laughing, and saying mean things about the school principal. "Watch the corner," Janelle pointed. I watched. In the corner of the frame, I saw Sasha reach into her bag. She didn't pull out a phone or a snack. She pulled out a small, fancy book. It was her finance book, the one she used to track her savings. She flipped through it fast. The camera was close enough that, for just a second, I could see a detailed list written in neat blue ink. The list wasn't about the talent show. It was a list of names and deposit amounts for the party that was supposed to be mine. I froze. "Janelle, that's my list. They had my list of costs." Janelle nodded. "They didn't cancel the party, Nia. They waited until you paid the main deposit for the venue and the DJ. Then they cut you out and took the money." My heart pounded with a new kind of emotion. Cold, focused rage. But that wasn't the twist. The twist was in the background noise. The video didn't just show the list. It captured Damon struggling to open a locked storage closet. He cursed quietly, then stopped. He pulled out a small metal key on a silver chain. He said clearly but quietly, "The key is always better than the code." He opened the closet, and next to the paint cans, resting on a dusty shelf, was a black plain notebook. That notebook wasn't just any notebook. It was the library storage logbook for the community center. The center where my party was being held right now. I had forgotten that Damon's older brother worked there. The simple video, meant to be a lighting cue reference, didn't prove they were mean. It proved they were organized thieves and gave me a direct path into their planning. Janelle took my phone and looked at the Instagram feed of the party. She scrolled through the happy faces, then stopped. "Look at this," she said, pointing to a photo of a custom drink table. "The Quiet Tower cocktail. Isn't that what you made up last week? The one with the blue juice and the little sugar rim?" I nodded slowly. "Yeah, it was my signature drink. I called the bartender myself to set up the recipe." Janelle scrolled to another picture, the DJ booth. "That's DJ Ace. He only plays those deep house mixes you love. No one else in your group likes that music. They all like noisy hip-hop." Janelle didn't need to say it out loud. We both realized the truth. They hadn't created a new party. They had just stolen my entire blueprint. The party was only successful because it was perfectly tailored to Nia's taste and planning. Damon and Sasha were too lazy and unoriginal to build their own successful event. They had taken my detailed plans, used the money I paid for the deposits, and simply stepped into my spot. This realization brought the second wave of cold rage. My friends weren't just mean. They were dependent on me. They were fake, but weak. "They threw your party, Nia," Janelle said, her voice like sandpaper. "But they didn't know your security system." She meant my digital security system, but I looked at the black notebook in the video, and the key Damon used, and I saw a new kind of security, physical security. "The key is always better than the code," I repeated Damon's quiet words from the video. The memory of that black notebook was the key. When I helped Damon's brother at the community center last summer, I learned something important about that dusty book. It held the master schedule and the emergency payment codes for all weekend events. The real target wasn't their shame, it was their money. I stood up. I stopped crying. The heat of the fury dried my face instantly. I didn't want to leak their secret video. That was loud, messy, and emotional, the drama they accused me of being. I wanted quiet, surgical, absolute revenge. Janelle watched me. I went to my laptop, my fingers flying across the keys. First, I found the community center's vendor login site. Then, I used a trick I learned from watching Damon enter his brother's login code into the lockbox once, a simple number pattern based on the date. I logged in. I opened the master schedule. I found the entry for Damon's 18th, Sasha's big night. I found the financial section. There was the final large payment due tonight for the catering and the venue rental. The payment Damon and Sasha were supposed to pay with the money they stole from my deposits. The payment was set to auto-process from Damon's stored credit card at 10:00 p.m. The quiet, perfect revenge unfolded. I didn't delete the party booking. I didn't cancel the DJ. I just went to the section for deposits and refunds. I found the $3,000 security deposit I had originally paid to the community center 2 months ago. I knew the rule. If the event runs successfully, the deposit is refunded 1 hour after the party ends. Using the information from the stolen logbook, the physical notebook, I quickly changed the refund destination. I set the $3,000 deposit to be instantly refunded to my own bank account. The money was safe. Next, I went to the main final payment. I subtly adjusted the auto-process time. I moved it from 10:00 p.m. to 12:05 a.m., 5 minutes after the bank's midnight cutoff, ensuring the payment would fail due to system timing. The best part, I knew the community center's security system. The party was running on a single, short-term contract. If the final payment failed, the lights, the music, and the power would automatically shut off at 11:30 p.m. At 9:55 p.m., I closed the laptop. My money was safe, and their party was about to fail, not because of drama, but because of their greed and laziness. The emotional punch, the quiet after-party. Janelle had been watching me the whole time. She finally smiled, a wide, true smile. "Now what?" she asked. I took a deep breath, looking at the city lights outside. I looked back at the screen of shame, which was still showing happy faces. "We throw the real party," I said. Janelle was connected. She called her college friends, who owned a rooftop lounge across the river, just a few miles from the library lab. I used the remaining cash I had saved for the party and booked the roof space for 10:30 p.m. I didn't invite Damon or Sasha. I didn't even use their stolen guest list. Janelle used her own social media influence, posting one simple, clear message. The real 18th birthday celebration is now. If you want drama-free, original vibes, meet me on the roof. Address in bio, now. I left the apartment at 10:15 p.m. I didn't check the clock again until 11:35 p.m. I was standing on the rooftop, the skyline of the whole city glittering below me. Janelle's friends were great. The music was better. The people who mattered, my few real friends, Janelle's cool college crowd, were there. The vibes were perfect. I looked at my phone. The Instagram stories from Damon's party had stopped abruptly at 11:30 p.m. Silence. I posted one perfect picture of myself laughing, with the glittering city skyline behind me. My caption was short, simple, and final. Drama-free and original. The best things are built on a solid foundation. The messages flooded in instantly. Not messages of hate, but messages of apology and confusion from the people who saw Damon's party shut down and now saw my amazing rooftop. I didn't win the scholarship yet, but I won something bigger. My pride, my freedom from fake loyalty, and the knowledge that I was the one who controlled the blueprint of my own life. I walked into my future with a quiet, powerful confidence. If this story of silent planning and total digital revenge gave you chills, hit the like button right now. Did Naya go too far by shutting down the party, or was this the only way to protect her own pride and prove her worth? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below, and if you believe that quiet resilience and knowing your tech is the ultimate power, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell. You absolutely do not want to miss the next time the truth wins.